All right, happy Monday to you. Just a quick review on the 5-point set solving for x, just the concept we talked about last week, which was the exterior triangle theorem, and a couple other little things we gotta know about. I'm gonna talk about question number 5 over here, and then question number 7. So we have 5 and 7. And there's just a little trick with 7. With 5, yes, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the other two. So knowing that, you're going to say minus 2 plus 12x equals 30 plus 4 plus 6x. Now, don't worry about the negative 2. That might throw you off a little bit. You're going to go, well, my answer is going to be negative. No, just do the math. Work it out and do the math. When you work it out and do the math, you should figure out it's positive. Remember, all it's asking for is find x. Okay? Only find x. It does not want you to find the value of the angles. Right? All it wants you to do is find x. I'm not even going to go in a step up and say find the value of the angles. Right? In number 7, what do we know? We step back and we look at, well, it says, okay, measure of angle 2 is 17x minus 8. It's not labeled. Well, I might want to label that on my diagram, 17x minus 8, just because. Instead of seeing a 2 there, now I see this. The other thing that you notice about your diagram, what's the other thing that you notice? Well, what I notice, it's hard to see on paper, and that's why I gave you a different paper, one with clear, the copy was bad. You notice these 2 hash marks. What do these 2 hash marks mean? These 2 hash marks indicate that these 2 sides are the same. So this is what we call an isosceles triangle. Right? What is an isosceles triangle? For those of you that don't know what an isosceles triangle means, it just means 2 sides are equal. Right? When 2 sides are equal, what that means is that these angles across from those sides have to be the same. They have to be. So knowing that, I can go through and do my work. Now, this is a situation where I could find the measure of these angles and say, okay, this exterior angle is equal to the sum of these two. But how would I find these 2 angles? Well, I've got to do a little bit more work. I know that 110 plus whatever this angle is, and this angle, and these 2 angles are the same, so I could call them plus x is equal to 180. That I do know. All right, so 110 plus 2x is equal to 180, minus 110, 2x is equal to 8 minus 1 is 70, and cut 70 in half, and you get x is equal to 35. So now I'm going to come back up in my diagram, and I'm going to label this angle 35 degrees. Now what I can say is I can say that 17x minus 8 is equal to 35 plus 110. Now I can go ahead and do it this way, right? That's pretty much kind of the way I did it. I went ahead and found these 2 angles, knowing that they're the same, and then went ahead and used the exterior angle theorem. You could do this another way. Remember, this angle's 35, this angle's 35. If this angle's 35, what's the sum of these 2 angles? Okay, so I'm going to put an or here. You can say 35 plus 17x minus 8 is equal to 180. And remember, it wants to find the measure of angle 2. Either way we do this, we should be correct. In fact, I don't even have to do this. There's an even shorter way. Watch. 35 plus x, or let's call it what it is, the measure of angle 2 is equal to 180, and then just subtract 35. Okay? That's probably the easier way to do it. I wouldn't even avoid that, but you could do it this way. All right? So the measure of angle 2 is equal to what? What do we get for the measure of angle 2? Oh, I just found x up here. I didn't even find the measure of the angle. I didn't even do. Oh no, it said find the value of x. That's what it said. it wants you to find the value of x, so you can't do it this way. You can find the measure of the angle, but that's not going to give you x. Misread the question. I wasn't looking at my notes. So you have to come up here. So 17x minus 8 equals, what is that, 145 plus 8 plus 8, 17x is equal to 153. Divide by 17, and this is where a calculator is helpful. X equals 9. Let's do it one other way real quick and see. 17x minus 8. I'm just gonna kind of think out loud here. 7, 10, 5, 7, 45 equals 45. 17x minus 8 equals, let's see, plus 8 plus 8. 17x equals 53. No, that's not right. It's got to be 145. So yeah, 153. So 17x equals 9. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. All right. So that's what we're working on. Just remember the big key here is these two hash marks mean that these two angles are the same, and I showed you how to find those. Make sure you complete the entire page. There's only 8 of them there, and we did 2 of them last week.